However, a lot of emotional things come up, a lot of their own goals and their own visions come up as you go deeper into the wedding planning. So adjust exposure and involvement accordingly. Do you want to stay grounded, less triggered, less annoyed, and mindful throughout your wedding process? Well then, welcome. You've come to the right place. Hi lovelies, welcome back to our channel, and I'm super excited to introduce to you a brand new series, The Little Book of Mindful Wedding Planning, Ebook Walkthrough. I have linked the ebook in the description below where you can grab your own copy. In this series, we'll explore and dive deep into each chapter. So, if you're getting married or is close to someone who is getting married, or is just altogether into mindfulness, then this series is for you. Join us every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays as we journey through the little book of mindful wedding planning, chapter by chapter. Before we get on this week's chapter, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can never miss an episode. Together, we'll create moments of mindfulness amidst the demands of wedding planning. Hello, lovelies! Welcome back to another episode, and we are now on chapter 18, the wedding planning keyholders. Let me read on. Know who has the key to the wedding planning door. Who are the people that you gave key copies to the wedding planning door? Meaning, who can go in and just all of a sudden give opinions and influence your decisions? Sure, it can get tricky and complicated, but get your partner on board and create scripts on what to say and how to approach people that would want to get involved in your wedding planning process and decisions. Saying something like, "Thanks for sharing that idea. We'll see if that fits into our vision and budget." Or if you really want to shut it down nicely, you can say something along the lines of, "As much as I wanted to consider that great idea, we already finalized that part of the wedding." If you're letting some people into your wedding planning journey, set proper boundaries. "Hey mom, I know you really want to help decide on the menu and would really love for you to decide on the appetizers since Connor and I already decided on the main course." Get people involved in specific things so they know what they can influence and hopefully not go overboard. Okay, real talk. Who did you really allow to have wedding input? Who did you consider to have power over your decisions? Who are those people? Because basically what I'm saying here is that you gave them the keys to the wedding planning door, so now they can enter anytime. They can let you know their thoughts anytime, even if it's not solicited. And also, I know this can get tricky because wedding planning is a family, friends, special people in your life, loved ones event, right? Like everybody's got to get involved at one point or another. As a matter of fact, everybody's involvement is necessary, especially if it's the union of two families, of two friendships. Just know specifically who these people are. And if you can set that early on, even before diving deeper into the wedding planning. So say, for example, you got engaged and then you told your family, everybody's involved. Obviously they know. You can say, "You know what? I really want this part of the wedding. I'm so excited." You can drop hints. You don't have to be so snarky about it, but you can drop hints. "Oh my God, I can't wait because I have a lot of dreams for that. I've already set my mind on a lot of things, but I do love input from you guys regarding XYZ." So just dropping hints from the very beginning, that way they know where they're at. I think we've mentioned this in one of the previous episodes, but really having a concrete boundary of who can have involvement in a specific part of the wedding. I think I mentioned there where, like, say for example, your mother-in-law really wanted, or your mom really wanted to choose the menu, really wanted to get involved, but you and your partner already decided that you want steak, for example, hypothetical. If that steak is so important to you, you also don't want to break your mom's heart when you can have her choose the appetizers or maybe the hors d'oeuvres or the late night snack, whatever the case may be, she can still get involved. But very specifically, I know that I want steak for my wedding. That's a non-negotiable. I'll do that. But, you know, I'm pretty open to any appetizers. If you want a salad, mashed potato, I don't know, whatever the case may be for you, you can let that go. You can have them involved in very specific things so you don't have to sacrifice what it is that you really wanted, but also get other people involved. But just know exactly, this is your key that I'm giving you. This is the key to the appetizer, okay? You can open up that door and you can select which appetizer for me. Just be specific. This key is only for appetizer. Now, if you want to get them involved in something else, then give them multiple keys. This is the key to the appetizer. Maybe you want them to help you pick the linen. Here's another key for the linen. Communicating where they're at and what they can
Hover over?
I don't think hovering is really a nice way to say things, but because a lot of these things will be connected at one point, and that's where it's gonna get a little confusing. Say your mom says, well, I want a salad. I want a specific salad as the appetizer. But that salad will pair better with chicken, say for example. But you wanted beef, but you wanted steak. So what now? So that's where it gets a little confusing because a lot of these things are going to get intertwined somehow. That's just the way wedding is. One decision is most likely related to the other decision. But be firm about that. Is there any other salad? If this is the salad that you want, did you want me to specifically have the salad on your table? Maybe you want that to be served to you, no problem. But we really wanted steak. So why don't we have this menu maybe at the rehearsal dinner? Maybe at the bridal shower, we can have that salad that you always wanted. Just be creative on where you put them, but you got to put them in a specific place. That's basically what we're saying here. This also helped them understand the scope of their involvement and responsibility and influence, because too much of that, especially for you want to protect your energy too. You want to protect the voices that you're hearing because you're probably overwhelmed now. You have a lot of things going on already, and you want to protect that energy in where, well, this is the scope of your involvement. This is the appetizer, A, B, C, D, E. If you want to speak to the caterer directly to discuss other options, you can. Please do it because I'm giving you carte blanche on appetizer if that's what you wanted. That's it. You can do what you want. You can call the caterer directly. You can speak to them directly. That's what you want. You can work that out with them. I'm okay with anything you pick. Because you've already picked exactly what you wanted, it's easier for you to let go of those other things. But know that that's very specific because now that you've chosen things for you, they won't go and choose a different main course because you've already chosen that. One story that I want to share is that there was this bride and she had a cousin that is a baker. And I think the cousin has been hinting that she wanted to make and bake the cake for her wedding. But then she's like, no, I already have a specific person that I really want to work with. I have a specific design, and I'm pretty sure that this person is this professional baker is the one that I really want to work with. Like I've already had my eyes set on her since even before we got engaged. I've already been looking around and she's the one. And so she didn't want to break the heart of that cousin. I think they're definitely close. And again, it's a wedding is a family event. Even if we say, oh, it's the two of you getting married, there's still a lot of family involvement. And so we also want to respect that because these relationships are going to go on after the wedding. It's not like after the wedding, you're never going to talk again. This is going to go on. So we would still want to be cautious and graceful and kind and compassionate around that. So what she ended up doing was, hey, you know, I know you really like to bake and I know you really want to get involved, but I actually have a bridal shower and I want to give out little cakes as favors. I was wondering if that's something that you would like to do. And she was so thrilled. She's like, okay, I can still get involved. I might not get the cake, but I'm still going to be involved. Now, everyone going to be happy with that solution? Probably not. You know, some people just want what they want, but you've already offered, you've already tried, you've already shown how you want them to be involved. It's really up to them. Again, you don't have to be snarky and like passive aggressive about it. You don't have to say,
yeah, well, I already decided, so nobody else can have another opinion. That's it for me.
I mean, Oh, yeah, you really want to bake? That's great. I've already decided on the cake, but you know what? I would love some things for the bridal shower. Maybe you can make like little cookies or mini cakes. Again, whatever the case is for you, whatever it looks like for you. But there are a lot of other things that you can offer. I'm not saying give up everything, but there's a reason these people are there, right? They're probably so concerned about you and they really want to be part of your life. You want them to be involved too. I would want to assume that having them in your life makes you feel a little special. These people want their involvement. These people want to offer something to you and want to show you love in however way they can. And that's their way of showing, I guess, their love for you. And that's great. I've said this many times in this series where being prepared, like you and your partner having a script, having, I'm not going to say a getaway strategy, but just having something prepared where you and your partner are on the same page. Yeah, I've already like you can't be swayed. Like if someone goes to you and want you to sway your decision, you can't be if you and your partner have already agreed. So that's why it's important that you and your partner agree on something, create a script. What are you going to say if someone says XYZ? What are we going to do if someone says XYZ? How are we going to tackle this? What if we're not ready? What if I really just don't have the patience? What if I don't want to stay there and talk about this further? What are we going to do? What is our signal? You know, like, tell me, what are we going to do? What's the signal? What's the safe word here? Just having these things with your partner will make it easier. But sometimes we do a lot of these things towards the end when it's already happening, where we can save ourselves a lot of, I wouldn't want to say trouble, but a lot of miscommunication and disagreements and maybe hurt feelings if from the beginning we've said things nicely already. Again, dropping hints, not being rude about it, not being stubborn and lousy about it, but just being like, oh my God, I'm so excited because I really found my cake lady. I've been dreaming about that for so long. I mean, if you say these words and people really love you, there's no reason for them to just like, nope, your dream doesn't matter. No, your goals doesn't matter. This is what we're going to do. Sure, sometimes other people are just insensitive, but for the most part, the people that really love you will probably understand that, okay, this is the involvement that I have. I would gladly take this because I love you and I want to be involved in your wedding. And this is going to be a family affair. And if I can have this specific involvement, this specific responsibility, I would gladly take it because it's for your wedding and I love you. Now, for the most part too, I can only assume that these people around you already know anyways. Just in case they don't know, you would want to drop hints. But most people around you, your friends, your mom, the other moms, the other family, you probably had some type of talk and relationship before the actual wedding because you've been together with your partner. So they kind of know your hopes, your dreams, your vibe, your vision, your style. They would probably understand what you're going to go for anyways, right? Like, oh, I know she's going to go for that because that's just her style. She's been very vocal about that for the longest time, that this is what she wanted. Like, who am I to get in the way of that? However, a lot of emotional things come up. A lot of their own goals and their own visions come up as you go deeper into the wedding planning. So adjust exposure and involvement accordingly. You know, maybe this time you can only meet for an hour instead of 2 hours, or maybe this time let's have an agenda. Be specific with the choices. Don't let people confuse you. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but being aware and sharing specific choices. Like, here are the things that I need involvement in. Here are the things that I would love to have your input on. Or if you want to take on that responsibility, I would gladly share it with you. If you want to be this involved with XYZ, I would gladly take it and have you do it. That way they know exactly where the court is. You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna play in a different court because that's your court. So this is your court. You're gonna stay in here. This is where you're gonna play. Okay, stay within the lines. That's your court. Sometimes you're gonna visit them. Sometimes they're gonna visit you, and a lot of things are gonna overlap. But because it's very clear from the beginning, a lot of people around you will most likely know where they stand. They respect you and they love you. And I can only imagine how you respect and love them as well. That's the whole point of this. Having the right amount of involvement and access for people, it's not because you don't love them or because you're being rude. Actually, this boundaries, this setting of involvement It's because you love them so much that there's no reason for you to fight over things that you can talk about nicely. There's no point about arguing about things being miscommunicated where there is a clear communication from the very beginning. So opening this up from the very beginning, giving specific keys to people, not just here's the master key. Okay, you can have an opinion about every little thing about the wedding. Here's the master key. No, you hold the master key. That you're going to have to share some keys of other doors and other aspects of your wedding to specific people in your lives, obviously, because again, you love them, they're part of your life, they're there for a reason. Just be mindful of the access that you give. Just be mindful of the energy that's around, because you want to protect your energy and protect their energy as well. Like, who knows who's going to lash out the next time? We don't know that. So let's protect that. Let's be specific with the keys that we give to specific people. You want to enjoy your wedding planning. You love these people around you. Share with them accordingly, adjust accordingly, get involved accordingly, and you can love them just as much. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Little Book of Mindful Wedding Planning series. Your comments, questions, and support mean the world to us. And I can't wait to hear from you in the comments section below. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can never miss an episode. If you found today's episode valuable, please give it a thumbs up so it can reach more people. Thank you so much, lovelies. See you on the next episode. Bye!